This is the fairy wings section. How to make fairy wings and bat wings and gargoyle wings. We have plain light wings for snow fairies. There's sparkly blue fairy wings. Here's a pair of bat wings. Another pair of fairy wings. Here's a dragon or gargoyle wing. A fairy wing. And this is a mermaid tail. The supplies you're going to need today are cellophane. You'll need wire, and preferably a wire with either a plastic coating or some sort of coating on it so it sticks better to the gallery glass. You'll need a paint, and I'm using pearlescent liquid acrylic. It's blue. And they come in all different colors. It's very important when you choose a micro glitter that you use polyflake. It's a polyester glitter, and when you set the color, when you set it later with the heat gun, then it sparkles a lot better than regular glitter. There's just black acrylic paint, just any color acrylic paint, whatever color you like. There's gallery glass, and it can be matte or it could be the shiny one. It doesn't really matter. There's gallery glass, and this was not originally black, but I just put, with the white gallery glass, I added the black paint, and now I have black gallery glass, although you can buy it in any color that they have black gallery glass, so that's not an issue. The wire I have pre-cut, and you're going to need a heat gun. It doesn't really matter what kind, just any heat gun. It doesn't have to get that hot. The first set we're going to make are the blue wings, and these are for fairies. So this is what we're going to make. Here's the back side, and let's begin. You're going to want to make a drawing or an outline so that you know where the gallery glass is going to go and where the wires are going to go. And I've already done that. And what I've drawn this on vellum, and that way I'll be able to flip it over and have an exact opposite for the left wing, the right and left wing. And you'll also need super glue. You begin by laying down the cellophane over the entire image. And remember, these don't have to be exact because there's no two parts of your body that are exact on either side, and fairy wings would be just the same if they were real. The centerpiece, I've pre-cut the wires. I've just guesstimated how long to cut them. I guess I should show you that. When you have your fairy wing, you have one that you've already made. You just take your wire and just hold up the piece of wire to it, and you just guesstimate. It does not have to be an exact science, and it's not that difficult. More importantly is you don't want the end piece that's all crooked like this because it's so hard to get it to lay flat. You kind of want to lose that first piece. But if you have any excess at the end after you've already made it, you can always just cut it off. It's very easy. Now back to the wing. I've named them 1 through 5 in center, and the 1 piece is already on. And you want to make sure that there's a long piece of wire at the end because that's going to be sticking into the fairy's back. So you're going to want that. The centerpiece, I just simply bent the wire, and you don't want them overlapping. You just want them close. And this wire doesn't have to follow the lines exactly. It just close. It'll be fine. You'll drive yourself crazy trying to get it perfect. And these wires, they're going to be too long, but you want them too long. You don't want them too short. Can't make them grow. You'll have to forgive my children in the background. Their dad's watching them, so they're noisy. Once you get all your wires laid out, the next step you're going to do is you're going to take any old super glue and you just super glue the joints down, just so they don't move around when you go to add the gallery glass later. I've tried it without super glue and it's a lot more work, so I don't do that way anymore. Now the next part you're going to do, you're just going to take this, slide it off, and you're just going to set it aside. You're going to take your form and flip it over and start again. And do the other side. And now you just slide this one off. And if your work surface is just a piece of cardboard, you can always go take them somewhere else to dry so you have your work area. And while we're letting that dry, I'm going to set up for the next kind of wing that we're going to do. And now we're on for the dragon wing. The difference between a dragon wing and a bat wing, as you can see in these two examples, a bat wing, the little wires get shorter as you go up, and on a dragon wing, they get longer as you come to the outside. So today, or right now, we're going to make the dragon wing. And here's my dragon wing template. Take your cellophane, put that over. And again, I've already pre-cut the wires, but you just lay your dragon wing down, or you take your, I guess you wouldn't have one yet, so you just take your template, whatever size you made it, and just approximate, and you snip it, and then you cut to the same length, so that way you don't have to measure again. You just do it twice. So here's the dragon wing. And there's a little more shaping on a dragon wing than the fairy wing. The fairy wing's pretty simple. And I like to add a little claw. I just leave it straight. Just cut off a little piece like that. No big deal. And I put it right at the top because, well, bats have a little claw there, and if you want your dragon to, he can have one too. Super glue is next. You definitely want to not mess it up like I just did. But, I mean, it's nothing to get stressed over. Just put it back and take your super glue and try again. I like to do all at the joints. I like to do quite a bit, and then a little bitty dot wherever it touches. Like, this wire is not touching exactly all the way down, so there's no sense in putting super glue there because it's not going to reach it unless you put a lot of super glue. And, well, I don't want to mix it that much. And the reason I use, or I let the super glue dry completely, like we're waiting for the fairy wings to dry, I let them dry completely because I mix the gallery glass right on top of it, and I've done it before when it's wet. Not only do the wires move around, but also I use my fingers to smear it around, and I've gotten super glue on my fingers stuck pretty hard, so I don't do that anymore. And this is your dragon template, the outline of it. We're just going to slide it right out of the way, actually, here. And remember to flip it over or you're going to have the same wing. So now we're doing it just exactly the opposite, backwards. And those are your dragon wings for now, without any gallery glass. And we'll go on to make the bat wing.